Hey guys, let's get right into this week's video. Listen, this video is actually from Christmas Day as a matter of fact, where my son came on What Adrian Thinks to make his potatoes Dauphinoise. So I'm not going to hold you. Let's get to this video so we can see how Dennis Maurice takes over What Adrian Thinks. Potatoes Dauphinoise?
All right, here's 4 onions for our potato dauphinoise. So the onions go inside of a cream sauce. The cream sauce, if you want to be technical about it, has cheese in it too, so it's called a sauce mornay, different than bechamel that does not have cheese. So we're going to have sauce mornay with the onions. So I'm sure that's probably called something even different now because now onions are in there. But these are going to cook down in a little bit of roasted garlic, shallot, and onion oil I made. I roasted some onions, garlic, and shallot in there. We'll slow cook them, confit, and I left the oil from there so I can cook them in there. And the seasoning, I'm just adding a little bit of smoked sea salt. And that's all we're adding to those onions. And then when they're done, we're going to add a little bit of flour and then add some cream and then the cheese and then make the sauce mornay. All right, we'll be back on What Adrian Thinks, special edition with What Dennis Thinks. Hey guys, welcome back to the Dennis Thinks takeover of What Adrian Thinks. We're also adding to those onions some smashed garlic that's going to go into our sauce mornay. But again, we're starting it down with that oil and we're going to cook them all down. So we're going to start sweating down the onions, then we're going to add that garlic in, then we're going to add all the other stuff in and start making the sauce from scratch. All right, be back. All right, so here is the onions. They're cooking down in that oil that I talked about with a little bit of smashed garlic. Those are sweet white onions. And once they get cooked down and get nice and soft, we're then going to add a little bit of flour and then add some cream and cheese and start that sauce mornay. All right, be back. All right, so these are sweating down. I'm about to turn it in. You see there's a little bit of color on them. We don't want no color. We just want them like, you know what I mean, nice and white and soft. So. Okay, here's the next step of the process. This is the potatoes. These are yellow potatoes, something like that, with yellow Yukon Gold potatoes. See that beautiful yellow color on them. Sitting in some water and some salt. And I'm slicing them on a mandolin using a glove because you do not want to hurt yourself on this. Okay, so I'm going to slice up the full bowl. It's about 10 potatoes total. So I'm going to slice all of them up and put them in this bowl, and I'll be right back on the Dennis Maurice takeover of What Adrian Thinks. Dennis edition. All about Dennis for Dennis edition. Oh, and happy birthday, Jesus. All right, here are our final potatoes. These are all of them sliced. Didn't go down to the end on any of those potatoes, if you notice. I dropped one. But kept the ends on those or whatever because I want to keep my fingers. So now these are sliced, and now I just got to get that sauce together, and we'll start layering. Be right back. All right, so there is the sauce. Added a little bit of butter. Now I'm going to add some flour in and then cream. My phone needs to charge, unfortunately. So when it comes back, it'll be the cream sauce starting, and I'll come back when we add the cheese. All right, so here is the sauce. Hold on, child. My sous chef is so anxious, y'all. Jesus. That is the bechamel with the onions and the garlic all in there too. Added some butter. Looks really good. Tastes really good. How did it taste, Mom?
It tastes really good.
All right, here is some sharp white cheddar from Vermont. Some Parmesan Reggiano grated. And then those little shreds right there. That's some Gruyere cheese. So that's going to go inside there, and that's what's going to make it sauce mornay. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, now pour it in. Oh, that looks so good. All right, be back. All right, so the dish is buttered. And now we're about to layer in those potatoes and then layer in that sauce and start putting them in. I'm going to show you step by step in a second. 1 second. All right, so I put the first layer of potatoes down, and now I'm going to put the sauce on. Hold on. All right, and let me just spread that in, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. All right, so here is the layer with the potatoes fanned out. So it's now 3 layers of potato sauce potatoes in there, and then we will add a mashed potato mixture on top, which I'll come back to show you. All right, so that's the final layer. And now we're going to add a dollop of these homemade mashed potatoes that are really have a little bit of lump in them, everything else. There is some mascarpone in there, some sharp cheddar cheese, cream and butter, salt and pepper in those two, and I'm gonna spread that out and then top them. Be right back. Okay, so here's the final look. You have the potatoes with the mashed potato on top. They were topped with panko breadcrumbs and Parmesan cheese. And then we're gonna put them onto the rack. Be right back. All right, this is the final gratin. We're about to go cook. Just came out the oven, frying chicken at the same time. But doesn't that look amazing? Amen.